Are you ready?
You just got
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are we? Oh, hey guys. Yeah, play the opener. Jeez.
Hey everybody, it's Walker and Nick at Full Spectrum Laser, and welcome to FSTV.
Absolutely, it's Wednesday, it's 4 o'clock, so you know what time it is. It's time to talk lasers. We're here at Full Spectrum Laser once again in the laser lab.
And you're ready.
Oh, I'm amped. I'm ready to go. We got some cool stuff to talk about today, actually. Are you excited?
I'm super excited.
I'm super excited too.
Wow.
Right. Now that we're past how excited we are, we do have a lot of things going on with the show today.
First segment?
First segment, I might as well jump right into it.
Yeah. It's called Ask the Experts.
And you're in luck. We got
We're
two
the
experts
guys.
right here.
We need glasses.
Apparently experts wear glasses
We need
and
glasses.
live in shady places. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Live in shady, scary places.
Dark, shady, damp places. That's what the experts are. So kids, if you're looking for an expert, you know where to look. All right, so we have a few things that came in over the course thing. So big one, a lot of people have got their RE3 update now in their system, whether you use
1.8, right?
Absolutely, that's the 1.8 version of the RE3 update. If you use Muse or one of the new Pro Series systems and are using Retina Engrave 3, you have that update. So we figured we would just open up the software and go through some of the things the update has and highlight some of the new features.
Yeah, let's go inside the software.
Go inside the software and see. So here we are inside the software. And I guess the first thing you'll notice is over on the left where you see workspaces, there's a new tab called Clip Art.
Wow. Oh.
So when you select Clip Art, you'll see there's all these different things, even including the material test. So for instance, you have like danger signs, you have emojis, you have different funny faces things, plaques, shields, some stuff for travel, some stuff for sports. There's a bunch of assets that you can use to create with right out of the fly. So like, let's say you are going to make some signage, you're going to personalize something, or even if you just wanted to, kind of start a design in RE3, you have a bunch of great assets here where you can kind of get started. So that's one of the biggest additions to the workspace you'll see added. And then I guess one other big addition is you can actually start a support ticket right from inside the RE3 software. So we'll show you that real quick. Now to do that, all you have to do is hit File up in the top left-hand corner, and you'll notice the bottom thing there is now Submit a Support Ticket. Now this will pop up, this little pop-up screen, which actually allows you to export your workspace, which will save that project file to your desktop just like it would normally. Then when you hit Continue, you'll actually be forwarded right to the support ticket form, and it'll fill out. And here soon, this will actually fill out some forms for you.
It'll automatically fill out.
It'll automatically fill out. That will come right around the corner. That'll be on the next update. But for now, you can fill out your information here, and then you can actually, you'll see, include an RE3 workspace file with it, which is what you just downloaded. So you can just click Choose File, grab that file and put it on with the form, and then submit your support ticket. Now, it's always better to submit a support ticket via email first, because that way we have your information, we have some pictures, we have some information to go off of. But I guess to notice, too, a little change now, when you call into support, we'll actually start a ticket for you right off the bat, and if there's any sort of hold, instead of waiting on the phone hold or going into a 20 or 30 minute hold cycle, what we do is we'll take your information, the problem you have with your machine, and we'll call you back in about 30 to 60 minutes, all depends on how much, how many works we have going. But what will happen is the best technician for your problem will call you back ready to go, ready to attack the problem as soon as they pick up the phone.
I think it's a lot better.
Way better, and we're getting a lot better results from people too. That way, when you're picking the phone, you're not just like kind of starting at zero again, like, oh, this is what's going on with my laser. You have like someone calling going, hey, heard you had a problem with the line in your laser. Love to walk you through it, and then you're ready to kind of rock and roll as soon as you pick up the phone. Okay, so another common question we have is how easy is it to engrave photos and import photos? And we're just going to show you real quick here back in the software. It's incredibly easy. So we're just going to go from Walker's taking a selfie. He's going to drag it into the software there, and you can see in just about 2 seconds.
You just have to remember the file name.
Absolutely.
El Guapo.
El Guapo.
So once we have it in there, there's settings, right?
Absolutely. So down in the right-hand corner now, two things I guess to notice is when you drag in a photo, you'll automatically be in half-tone dither mode. Now the other side of that, if you click on threshold real quick, what that's going to do is, just like in any design program, it's going to take the threshold. Now, the one thing you can adjust there is the black and white threshold. So as you dial that down, you'll see some of your photo will come out. Now, sometimes using a threshold mark is kind of the way to go. If you see stamps or other things like that, that's typically the way they have gone about doing it.
Stamp is perfect example.
Perfect example for it, but you might want to invert it with the stamp so that the
actual engraving pokes out.
Absolutely. But in this case, we'll be using the halftone dither, and then with the halftone dither, you'll notice that on the right-hand side there are 3 additional sliders. Blur, if we just scroll down a little bit there. Blur, edge, and intensity. Now, as we turn blur up, you'll just notice that some of the things that are maybe has less fidelity will kind of blur a little bit, just like if you can imagine adding a Gaussian blur to a Photoshop file or something like that. Just gives it a little bit of a touch. With the edge, it really sharpens up the edge fidelity of your picture. As you can see, when he slides it over, many of the edges kind of pop there.
That actually looks a little, that'd probably turn out better, yeah?
Yeah, it actually looks cool. Then the intensity is basically the brightness. So if you pop this up, you'll notice that some of the shadows will kind of go away and it'll be kind of lighter. And then if you go back down, it'll, again, darken up just a little bit for you there.
So you're going to pick up more. You can see right there on the skin, it's actually going to pick up more dots.
Absolutely. And then basically what that's doing with that intensity is your whites will be a little grayer, or your blacks will be a little darker, or you can brighten up your whites. You can adjust a little bit of contrast there. When you're engraving photos, what you're really looking for is good contrast across your grayscale. So you want to have nice dark blacks, nice bright whites, and then a good spread of gradient in between there. Now, what Walker's showing you here is you can actually drag over and make additions. So if you have a face, you can take this, you can give it a little rotate, you can throw a little James Harden beard on there.
Look at that.
And next thing you know, that's triple double right there. Like I think he
wish
just scored
I had
a triple
a beard.
double just by putting that beard on.
I look like Billy Mays. That is a sweet.
That's pretty good. That's a good looking beard. Now, they have other beards and other glasses and stuff, all kinds of fun stuff you can kind of drag in there to make things a little more fun. You can put a top hat on it, all kinds of stuff to play
Whoever
with.
came up with this, very cool
geez,
dude.
What kind of designer would do that?
That's just good fun.
That's kind of how you walk around most days anyway. Just a little top hat sitting on the side of your head. Yep. So,
looking good.
Really easy to do, as you can see. Drag and drop right in with the photo. You can edit the photo a bit. If you want to, some pointers on photo editing, we have a free design ebook you can download. A link to that's actually down below in the subject. Walker and Scott did a great job compiling just a bunch of good tips and tricks to get the most out of your photo engraving. That's all included for free in that design ebook. Basically, you're just trying to get good contrast and good, like I said, spread across the grayscale.
So, I think it's now a word from our sponsor, yeah?
Yeah, I think we could probably cut from this section and head to do you know who our sponsor is this week?
I do. This segment of FSLTV was brought to you by Paper. Hey everybody, Paper!
Yeah, so paper.
Right.
Yeah, you can. If you didn't know, you can laser cut paper. Full spectrum laser has advanced laser trajectory. It makes cutting paper fast and easy. We've done tons of examples on this, but if you are looking for a perfect machine to do delicate engravings on paper, cardstock, or other things like fabric and lace, even we have some of our customers use it for cutting out lace. The full spectrum laser is perfect for you, especially the Muse with 45 watts. Perfect power for cutting paper, even engraving paper. Like a lot of the cardstock we're doing engraving on looks great.
It's kind of a unique application, but yeah.
Absolutely.
I like using paper as cheap stencils.
Cheap stencils, great, or lining for jigs and stuff too.
Yeah, or if you're really cheap and you'd rather cut it out of paper first and then cut your cheap wood.
No, yeah, we do that plenty of times where you do a quick cut on the paper, especially for inlays. It's a great way to do kind of test whether or not it fits well without doing it before. All right, so it looks like we have another section to get into, and that is something I think is kind of true to
who I am.
Yeah, like this is what Walker does, I say, on a regular basis. Like he'd be doing this even if he never worked at Full Spectrum Laser. And we're calling this segment Awesome Again, where we take old things and make them awesome again.
Yeah.
Awesome again. All right, so what do we do this week, Walker? We have some before pictures?
Yeah, we have a good before picture.
All right.
This is actually when I was sending it to you from Goodwill.
Oh, right.
It's
this is actually
on
your
the
Intel
counter.
pictures, right?
Yeah,
This is when he was out shopping. So wandering into Goodwill, he saw what we consider this a good piece of material to work with, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of possibilities on it.
It was what, $6, and it's wood, and I just saw potential in it.
Absolutely. So a $6 investment. All right.
Yeah.
So now what do we do with it?
So we masked it, and we'll take a good look at this picture and talk about it a bit. So usually we have the giant sheets of masking tape, which is
Right.
nice because it's even, but we ran out. So we just used normal masking tape, tried not to overlap it too much. I missed some areas, so I had to do it.
Yeah, of course.
And then we just engraved on top of it. You can see there's actually an indent in there, and I didn't do anything. I didn't change the focus on that.
Right, because you have that 1/4 inch of focus to play with, right? So
Yeah.
if you focus to that surface, that 1/4 inch drop there really didn't affect it much, right?
No, it didn't. And the text was so thin, all it's going to do is bold it up just a little bit.
Right.
Not too bad. And you would think that the double masking tape would be terrible, and you would be correct.
Yeah.
If it's doubled up, it's going to be harder to go through.
Absolutely. So,
Especially on like thinner pieces, it's a lot more noticeable.
absolutely. And then the reason is that it's because you're fighting through the paper and the glue. So that glue is affecting how much marking you're getting on it. So you always want like a single layer of masking on it. And the reason why you mask it is because you're going to do a post process, right?
Yeah, I was going to actually spray paint this, but we ran out of spray paint as well. So I used oil-based antique gold paint,
Nice.
and I shoved it inside the deep engraving and then cleaned it all up.
And look at that. We actually have it here, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, we can take a couple shots of this now. What a great piece. Can we switch that so the camera is large and we're small?
Yeah, wait. Oh,
Look at this great monogramming in the front. Just a
wow.
beautiful little monogram in front. Again, that's gold filled. And then up top, I guess we're getting some glare, but just some beautiful fill on this engraving across.
I like the text.
And what's this say, Walker?
Creativity is experimenting, growing, taking risks, breaking rules, making mistakes, and having fun.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. We can do that real quick. I'll give this back.
Especially making mistakes, I would say.
That's a pretty big one, right?
Yeah. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, not that way.
And maybe a little towards me, so it's in this. There you go.
There we
So
go.
you can see, just great. I mean, the texture on this feels great. The gold turned out wonderful, and I mean, what a great pop. Now, what would someone use this for, right?
Knickknacks or
Yeah, you put this like
All
on your
kinds of
dresser, right? You
stuff.
can put your watches in there, your wallet up top, maybe a pen you put in your pocket. This is like I think we'd call what they would maybe called in the 50s or 60s a modern man's organizer, where you just keep it on your dresser top or the table next to your bed, or maybe even the table when you come in the front door of your office. And you can take out your wallet, your phone in this case, take out like those padded things for your rings and your watches. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we wear a ton of jewelry here.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna put junk in it.
Just junk,
Yeah.
Just one more thing to collect all the things that end up in your pockets you don't want to throw away.
Yeah.
It'll be great. So, again, this was awesome again. And what we'll do is every few weeks we'll just find something amazing at a Goodwill or secondhand store and show you how just using a laser can enhance the worth. And
We've actually done this with a broken cuckoo clock as well, and if you didn't see that and you want to see that, please
yeah, we'll
click
throw a
the
link up there.
here.
Absolutely. That cuckoo clock turned out great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and then another thing to remember, a lot of people will do this and then they'll take these products that they go and buy for $5 or $6 and they'll make 10 or 12 of them and then they'll take it to a swap meet or a trade show or some other place and then they'll sell those products for 50, 60, sometimes much more than that.
Some of our listener or our watchers are saying that would be called a man's valet.
Man's valet. Thank you so much, Jim Robinson,
Yeah.
for that little input. That is actually the perfect word for a man's valet.
That
Looks like we have some shout outs we can get to too. We got Randall Lee in there. How's it going,
Jeanette.
Randall? David Olson, nice to see you.
Jeff, thank you for joining us.
Always good to see you, Jeff. John and Jeanette, always good to see you tuning in as well. Randall, thanks for tuning in today. Anyone else down there? One new comment down at the bottom. Goodwill frames are great to engrave on. Great example, Jeff. I get so many frames from Goodwill. A lot of times I go to Goodwill just looking for something I can take out of the frame and put something better inside the frame.
Yeah.
I just found it's great for picture frames. Like if you go to Goodwill and your only goal is to get wooden picture frames that you can engrave,
There's a lot.
you'll have nothing but luck. They're usually $1 a piece or less, and I mean I buy 20 or 30 at a time when I go in there. Like I literally take almost every wooden frame they have because I use them for like if I'm gonna give someone a birthday present. It's
Big.
such an easy thing to print off a photo real quick at the grocery
Oh, yeah.
store, but like CVS or whatever. print out a 5x11. They're usually 20 cents. Put it in a dollar frame and engrave something on it. And I'm telling you,
much
those gifts go over really well. People love them.
People love their name on their stuff.
Yeah, if you can put anyone's name on something and then give it to them, they're a pretty big fan typically. All right, looks like we have another sponsor that we can get to real quick. And take it away, Scott.
Are you ready to take your hobby business to the next level? Upgrade your hobby laser to Pro Series PS24. Now featuring the best laser control and design software in the industry, Retina Engrave 3.0. Go Pro Series and watch your business grow big!
I say grow big or grow home, right?
Go Pro.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people that get into their business with a hobby series or Muse laser, speed, size of engravings, or like how big of things they engrave, always come in the way. And an easy upgrade is making that Pro Series upgrade with RE3. You can use software, or you can use programs, files from either, design on the Muse, use it on both.
I think fast mass production.
Absolutely. And I think you just talked to, I did someone with the demo this week where they were considering a Muse, but because they saw how much size and how much space and how much faster you can cut with a 90-watt laser, they were like, actually, they went spend a few extra $1,000s and got a machine, that's actually going to, I just had one too many of those rock stars, I think.
Yeah.
Because they went with a machine that with the 90-watt laser tube, they can actually cut much faster as they're cutting out their repeatable things. That's one thing to consider when you're between a 45 and a 90-watt laser tube. You can actually cut about twice as fast because you have twice as much power.
Yeah, it was interesting because his product's fairly small, and he's going to be busting them out a lot. So he didn't worry that the Muse had a smaller work area, but then we went to the Pro and I showed him it's going to be a bit faster because of the 90-watt and all that, and it really got him thinking, you know, these are $15 items. He wants to mass produce them.
Absolutely.
So a Pro was most likely the way to go.
The way to go, absolutely. All right, so looks like we have to now get into, gosh, what a big pain we have to do. Talk about how awesome our customers are. I mean, look at how great these projects are.
These are the monthly?
These are the monthly contest guys. So we had so many great submissions. We wanted to like show off just a bunch of these projects that we just felt like deserved have some recognition. So
shout out.
Here's some shout outs, just some people we'd love to recognize just that made awesome projects. Scott Mannion, this leather wallet is awesome. Like I don't know how much was cut and engraved, but you can tell the laser work that was done on it, and it's awesome. Like this is just a great project. If you did all this sewing and all this on it, I would love to talk to you just for a second because I'm impressed with just every bit of workmanship on this, from the snaps to the sewing. I mean, the credit card size, the little, remember.
I love that.
This is a great project.
I'm like, sewing is too hard for me.
Yeah, that's kind of like my threshold too. Like if I can start using needle and thread, I'm get a little weary.
That's why I use rivets.
Yeah.
The lazy man sewing.
Yeah. So this one is a great little miniature telephone booth. This actually went with a bunch of stuff that had to do with Disneyland. If you've ever been to Disney World, Disneyland, there's a bunch of these kind of telephone booths. They always have little fun things going inside for the kids to like listen to, whatever. And Pear Tree Treasures made this cool little thing. They also did some cardstock, like personalized cardstocks, invitations and things to go with it.
So paper.
Using paper, absolutely.
Brought to you by.
Then also we had Nate Longfellow. I think we've seen some of his stuff before, but he just had a couple of these trucks where like he laser engraves some of the pieces for the truck, especially the grills and stuff, and just gets such great details. Nate Longfellow, great job on these. Those look terrific.
I love the miniatures.
Absolutely. This one is
the kids.
Maximus White, you know how to get the soft spot to our heart. Engraving the kids with the pictures like that down, we couldn't be a bigger fan of this. That is much like my kids. I got 2 dogs and a cat as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Pancake, right?
No, but yeah. So those were just our honorable mentions. Now, kind of want to ramp up, I guess our top 5?
Yeah.
So
runner-ups, right?
Runner-up, right. So number 4 this month was actually Mr. Jim Robinson. Congratulations. This is such a good engraving. Now, did solid fill engraving there, but the dither on the photo up above, what great detail. I mean, that's just terrific. Really good job dialing in the photo. I'm not sure how much pre-process was needed, but that output is tremendous. Great job, Jim, for dialing that in. I know that probably wasn't your first attempt. Great job getting that done. If that was your first attempt, even bigger high five.
Yeah,
great job. Great job.
You can see all the detail in the shirts.
Absolutely. So then, Daniel Roa made this really cool stamp and stamp box. So he's got, that's the output there on the piece of paper. The box is just to kind of keep the stamp together. He engraved his face the other way on the top, and on the bottom has the negative of that, so he can stamp it.
Why didn't I think of that?
I know,
I'm going to put that on all my money.
Yeah,
I'm
such a
going
cool
to
thing, right?
deface government property.
every Abe Lincoln and George Washington just have Walker's face stamped
I'm
over top
doing
of
that.
it.
That's a habit for you after Mount Rushmore last week.
Yeah, Mount
absolutely.
Rushmore.
So great job, Daniel, here with this stamp. Just really good job there. Number 3. In at number 2 is a Light Customs. Now, these are the 2 signs up there, the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think it's just adorable. They have the little girl, peeking out of the edge of the bed there, like, I don't want to be bright-eyed or bushy-tailed yet. But these signs are made, the frames, the backing, and the letters all laser cut out and then assembled together. Great usage for signage. Just really good
clean.
job. Yeah, it's super clean, super pro. Like people would pay $20 to $40 for that at a trade show easy.
It looks like something you would buy.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
honestly,
a
if I
Home
just saw,
Goods.
Home Goods, Bed Bath & Beyond, or like a Target section, totally looks like it belongs there. Great job, Light Custom. So that was number 4, 3, and 2. There's a quick summary, recap of them right there. So great job, you guys. And now we have the number 1 winner of our first annual monthly
Llama Award?
Llama Award.
Which stands for?
Oh goodness, the Llama Award stands for Legendary Laser Awesome Mega Award. I just didn't want to get it wrong.
I'm glad you know it, because I don't.
It's really good. So first, the Llama Award winner goes to... Hey, look at this. Congratulations, Brad Janikowski. This is just terrific. Now, for those of you who don't know, doing photo engravings on granite, not the easiest thing in the world to do at all. Great job here. What a good memorial for Cindy. I think it's Younger. If that's, I'm pretty sure it's a Y, or it could be Sunger. I'm pretty sure it's Y. Younger, right? Younger.
Yeah.
So Cindy Younger. Looks like he passed away,
amazing.
unfortunately, on February 4th. But what a great memorial for his life going through. This is just terrific. I think the photo, really, the detail inside the face there,
It looks good.
top notch. I mean, that's exactly what you're going for. So really great job there on granite. Not the easiest surface to work for. Congratulations, our first Llama Award winner. So we'll be reaching out to you this week to get you your Llama Award and talk to you about your prizes. You've won a $250 lens kit from Full Spectrum Laser and $250 Full Spectrum Laser credit for use for laser tube replacement. If you have exhaust fan, if you have anything else, you can use that $250 credit to help along your next purchase. You can use it towards a new laser.
What's Randall saying on Facebook?
What's Randall got here?
It's too far for me to read.
Okay, so Randall's asking, is there any way that you can layer different color paints on a substrate and engrave an image so that the different colors can be exposed by controlling the power output?
Different colors can be
No,
sold.
but here's the way you would do that. So
we have a whole video on that.
I'm
right?
not doing. He's talking
vector?
about painting layers, then another layer, then another layer, and then engraving down.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But what you could do is mask and then use vector lines. So essentially, what you want to do is you kind of peel and paint.
Yeah, we actually have a whole video on doing that.
What's the video? What's the project?
It wasn't a project. We were just showing how to do it. So we did vector marks with masking tape, each different color in different areas, and then we engraved on top of it.
So if you can imagine, what you're basically doing is creating a color by numbers for yourself. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna peel away a section of it, paint that section, and then you would remask it. Either, like, it doesn't have to be perfect at this point because you just need to cover up what was painted, but you just go section by section painting that away. Now, a lot of people like to do that just by hand painting, that way you don't have to get too messy. And usually the sections are so small and you have such good line fidelity by having the vector line masked out, that there's really no worry about kind of going over having sort of edge fidelity problems. If you want to go really pro with this, you leave a sort of a thick border between all your colored lines that you can color black. That way you have a really good.
Or that's the engraving.
There
right?
you go. That would be
Engraving
the
right on top.
Right on top. Yeah.
Obviously, cartoons work the best, but you can still do it with photos.
Yeah, absolutely. Photo, it's probably the hardest to do with dithering things because you just have to do some blending. It's a little bit to your craftsmanship of how good of a painter you are. But like Walker said, solid fill things, like cartoon type looking things,
Very easy.
really easy to do with this. A lot of people do it actually to do lettering with different things, where you can do like some stuff in black, some stuff in red, some stuff in blue for different signage.
Randall says, awesome, thank you guys.
Of course, Randall,
Yeah.
anytime, no problem.
I know we have that video. It's going up here.
Yeah, so it might not be there for Facebook viewers right now, but when you rewatch on YouTube this week, look up there for the link and we'll get it up there for sure. Anything else coming in from
Yep, that's all.
I have to make the llama award.
Right, so the first llama award, now you have a name to put with that llama award, and we'll showcase that llama award next week and give you updates about next month's contest as well. So it looks like we have just a few things to mention. As always, we have a survey down below, and a lot of people might think, oh, why do I want to take 5 minutes to do a survey? Well, guess what? So many things that you see appear in new software updates, hardware updates, someone suggested it. Someone had a great idea. And the easiest way to get your great ideas into software and hardware updates is to fill out the survey down below. Let us know where we're doing great. Let us know what you'd like to see. Now, you can give us suggestions on customer support, service, hardware, software, all those things are available. Anything that you feel like we could just be a little bit better at.
If you dislike Nick, just let us know.
I'm trying my best, guys. Like, I've been brushing my teeth. Everyone here is just going.
Everybody looked like,
okay, like,
whoa.
I can't believe he just said that. We're all thinking it.
We also have our informal survey this week that's asking people, where do you get your materials from?
Oh, that's right. We asked people on our Facebook community forum, where do people source their materials from?
That is something everybody who gets started asks me.
Always ask, yeah. So we got those survey results for you right here. Charles, you got those?
There we go.
Look at that.
Number one, Amazon.
Amazon's actually the most popular place. Now, it's probably because of price point, and a lot of people don't live close to Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby or things like that.
It's so easy.
Absolutely. But what I thought was interesting, number 2 was Romark, which is another way to order online. And then somehow number 3, Lowe's and Home Depot. I think that just must be because people clicked other things and also clicked Lowe's and Home Depot.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have like local shops they use, but then Michael's was the number 5.
Yeah.
Now, along with Michael's, you can always go Joann's, Hobby Lobby.
Those are all the same guys.
Kind of the same guys, yeah.
But I go other.
Yeah. Walker's favorite place to go get things for are Goodwill, side of the road, nature.
Side of the road, yeah, dumpsters.
Dumpster fires. Like if you see a dumpster on fire, you'll probably find Walker somewhere nearby looking for things to laser engrave.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just
a fact.
Just a fact of the life. Anyway, we also have a great referral program. If you got a friend who's looking for a laser, there's no reason not to make a few bucks in the process. Fill out the referral form down below. You get some money, they get a laser, everyone wins. Really easy thing to do. I mean, that only takes, the referral form takes maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes tops to fill out.
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who watches all the time, new and old.
Absolutely. All the current viewers are watching on Facebook, those of you that will watch later as we're streaming, and those of you who watch a few days later on YouTube as we get it up there. Thanks so much for tuning in always. This show's just for you guys, and you get the most out of your laser.
Yeah, we should get a fan in here. It's kind of hot.
It's a little warm.
Yeah.
I too am warm. I don't want to raise my hands because I don't want anyone to see what's under my armpits. But it's very warm here in this light.
We should fix that. I've been like out of it for minutes because it's so hot.
It's so warm. I saw you just spacing out past the camera. It's
Yeah.
actually warming up here in Las Vegas a bit. Yeah. Is it still cold out there where everyone else is? I think so. So don't forget to use Dow Frost in your chillers if your laser's outside. Just a quick reminder that winter's not over. You don't want that the chiller to freeze up or the water to freeze in your tube. That's the worst case scenario, is to have frozen water in your tube. That's essentially going to lead to a crack almost certainly. So make sure you're using that Dow Frost inside of your chillers when using lasers outside. All right.
Everybody asked me that.
Again, version 1.8 of RE3 is out. If you don't have that update, make sure your Muse or Pro Series machine is connected to the internet. If you're having problems with it, though, just send a quick email to support@fslaser.com or give us a call, 702-802-3100, and we'll get you a support ticket started and have someone call you back pretty quickly.
So,
I think that's all we got for this week, right?
I think so.
I think so, too. So until next week, when you see us here at 4 o'clock on every Wednesday,
keep being awesome.
And keep making... All right, so...
Hey everybody, I'm Walker. Make sure to subscribe to our channel or keep watching the videos. Oh, Scott.